Right now, all over the country, people preparing for retirement are quietly asking AI tools the biggest money questions of their lives. When to take Social Security? How much can they pull from their savings without running out? Is this the right year to do a Roth conversion? And AI answers fast, it's confident. It usually sounds completely reasonable. And I use these tools every single day. So, believe me when I tell you that that's exactly where it can get dangerous, because reasonable sounding and right for your life, these are two very different things. If you're new here, my name's Justin. I've been a financial planner for over 15 years, and I own an independent firm in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania, where we help retirees all across the country make smarter financial decisions. And since I am a financial advisor, yes, I know how this sounds coming from me. So am I biased here? Sure I am. So I'm not going to ask you to just take my word for all of it. Here's the honest version, the good and the bad, including a few things that I got AI to admit about itself when I asked Claude to argue with me. So the good is worth starting with because there is plenty of it. Okay, the best part is AI is a phenomenal explainer. This is where it shines, is explaining things. Ask it what a Roth conversion is, how Social Security runs your benefit math, and you will get it back in clear, plain English in about 10 seconds, and you don't have to feel dumb for asking it multiple times. In fact, I think it's great, especially when you ask it to break a concept down or explain it to you at a simple level, and I often encourage people to do that. It's also wonderful at summarizing information quickly, and I think it really just makes good advisors better at their jobs, because things that used to take a long time, like data entry, it can be done very fast now. So I think it's going to make great advisors more productive and just give them better tools to help their clients. But the first catch here is that the expertise is in the questions, right? So AI tools are only as good as the prompts that you give them. So if it's garbage in, it's going to be garbage out. It kind of the same way financial planning software is. It's the same thing. And now you might think you can just get around that, right? You just have to prompt it better. Just tell it everything, paste in your numbers, right? Your accounts, the whole picture. And you can definitely do that. You definitely want to prompt it correctly. But the hard part of planning, it was never crunching the facts that you already know to hand over. It's knowing which facts even matter and then surfacing the ones that you wouldn't think to mention. One of the most common things that people will tell me when we first meet is that they just weren't sure what questions to ask yet because they aren't familiar with all the things that go into retirement planning. So you can't ask about the Medicare IRMA cliff, for example, if you've never heard of it, because you just didn't know that it was a thing to ask about. So I think a good advisor isn't the one with the immediate answers. It's the one who knows what you should be asking in the first place, what's relevant for your situation. And then even when you do hand it everything, AI is more of a prediction machine. So it's going to drift towards the most likely answer, the textbook move for the average person, which is exactly what it admitted when I asked Claude. If you ask how much you can safely spend, it'll hand you something like the 4% rule, the same number it gives the masses. But your plan, of course, shouldn't be average. It needs to flex with the market, your taxes, how you actually live. And that's the version that AI is least likely to reach for. And of course, the bigger issue here is whether you'd even know if AI is giving you wrong answers in the first place, which gets to the real truth about who these tools work best for. So remember when I said I use these tools every day? Let me get into more detail on that because this might be the most important thing I say in the whole video. So I've found that AI works best when you already have expertise in the subject matter. So when I'm using it, for example, I have almost 20 years of real client outcomes behind me. So the second it drifts or it invents something, which I've caught it doing on many occasions, I've had to go back and forth with it on getting the 5-year rules for Roth conversions and contributions right, or it'll just make up research that doesn't even exist. But I can see that. I can tell when something is not lining up or it's not making sense. I'm not relying 100% on the AI for answers. It just makes me faster at summarizing info or refreshing knowledge that I already have. I think the dangerous part is that the tool gives you certainty in almost perfect proportion to how little you can tell when it's wrong. So the person who most needs to catch the mistakes, the person typing retirement questions into AI for the very first time, that is the exact person who is least equipped to know if they're getting right answers or not. For example, if I asked AI stuff about engineering, there's no way for me to know if the answers I'm getting are correct or in the proper context, but an experienced engineer they'd be able to spot the inconsistencies pretty quickly. Which reminds me of this meme, and these crack me up. I have so many of these that I could share. We've all been here. You ask AI a question that it gets wrong, and then it backtracks on you. But in this case, you're already dead. So the danger here is that the same tool that makes a good advisor sharper can quietly make someone else overconfident, and the whole thing rides on the expertise standing behind it. But there's one limitation that doesn't really care how much of an expert you are, and this is the one that I've watched wreck more plans than anything else. The big thing that I've learned in my time doing this job is that building a plan out is never really the hard part. The hard part is actually doing it and implementing it. So for example, I've gone through cases where I built somebody an extremely detailed plan. We have every move laid out. And this is for smart, accomplished people who clearly know how to get things done. And then when we check in later, we'll find that a big chunk of it just hasn't happened. Right? The asset allocation change didn't get made. The Roth conversion didn't happen. And none of it was because they didn't understand the info or the value. It's just people get busy. Life gets in the way. So the hard part has always been the implementation. So even if AI did give you every correct answer and it hands you the most beautiful plan ever written, you still have to go and put it into place. Information has never been the bottleneck in financial planning, in my opinion. Even before AI, you could still find unlimited information at your fingertips. So that was never the issue. You can just find info a lot faster now. The difficult part is expending the time and mental energy doing all the various things and then wondering if you're doing them correctly. I could create a Justin AI and dump all my knowledge in it, give it out to everyone, and it would likely still not lead to much additional progress for those exact same reasons. And very quickly, if that's the part that you're dreading, the time, the energy, the constant wondering whether you're getting it right, and you want to talk to a real human being, click the link in the description below. It'll take you to a page where you can book some time to talk to me. If I can help, just let me know. And I find that that's the biggest thing, that getting everything off your plate, that's what people really value having an advisor for, in my experience. And I find that especially the wealthier the client, the more they value their time most in being able to unload that psychological and cognitive burden of having to monitor all those moving pieces. They don't want to spend time asking AI if they're doing everything right, then having to verify if AI is even giving them the right answers. Again, I have to share another meme. I could share some of these all day. These crack me up. But most people, they'd rather just be doing other things that they enjoy. And I'd say that for me as well, I found that the busier I get and the more that business grows, the more I value paying to get my time back. So for a while, I did my own bookkeeping because I wanted to save the money. I didn't want to pay for it. And it honestly is probably more of an ego thing, thinking, oh yeah, I'm smart, I can do this myself. And I'd lean on AI to help me model the numbers and how to sort out the categories. And it was helpful for a little while, but I still had to go open QuickBooks. I still have to verify that things are in the right spot, correct the stuff that isn't. Then I have to wonder if AI is giving me all the correct info, which it wasn't, because I don't know enough about bookkeeping and bookkeeping software to know right away. It's not my expertise. I also don't like doing it. I would rather be doing anything else. And so those things there, that hum of doubt, the double checking, I mean, that's the real cost. So eventually I handed it to a bookkeeper and the relief has been wonderful. So now I know it's handled by a person whose actual job it is to do this well and to own it if they're wrong. I don't have to think about it. I can spend more time making YouTube videos for all of you. So saving me all that mental energy is more than worth the cost. And I find in retirement planning, nobody's lying awake at night over their Monte Carlo simulation that AI ran, right? They're lying awake over the real questions. Did we retire at the right time? Are we okay if something happens to one of us? Am I okay leaving this in good shape for my kids? Right? So that's what you're actually getting when you hire a good advisor. You're not buying simple recommendations. You're buying the freedom to stop being your own portfolio manager, tax strategist, fact checker, estate planner, everything else on top of trying to live your life. So most people I sit with, they just don't want to hold all that anymore. They just want it handled by someone they trust so they can go and actually enjoy being retired. And let me answer another question that many are asking, which is, well, what about when AI gets so good that it's not giving you wrong answers or misleading data anymore or making up research? Is this stuff really going to replace me as an advisor years down the road? Well, I think these tools are just going to keep getting better and faster. And a lot of what generic advisors have charged for, a basic plan or a cookie cutter portfolio, The AI will do that much better than a person. But I think that it'll make advisors who specialize and give deep, nuanced planning, I think it will make them better at their jobs because, I think AI can get every number perfect, and it's still not going to be the one that you call when the market's down 30% or your spouse just passed away. It has no skin in the game. And I think that people just aren't ready to hand 100% of the controls of all their finances and everything to AI. I just don't think we're there yet. Think about a plane. We've had autopilot for decades and it flies most of the trip better than a person could. The pilots take off and then they probably take a nap until it's time to land and the AI does everything in between. But nobody still wants to board a plane with an empty cockpit and just an AI pilot because when your life's on the line, you want a human up there who's responsible for getting you home. And again, maybe this changes a generation from now. I don't know. I'm reminded of the movie Top Gun Maverick. I was watching it last night. It's one of my favorite movies. I can't post the clip here because YouTube is going to block the video. But I love the scene where Maverick is talking to the Admiral and the Admiral is saying, AI is going to replace human pilots. And he says, Maverick, your kind is headed for extinction. And Tom Cruise turns around and he says, maybe so, sir, but not today. And I think that's where we're at now. People still want and value a human touch, especially for something as critical as their retirement. And if that's you, if you've heard all this and any of this is hitting close to home, if you've been quietly doing all this yourself, trying to figure some things out in AI, wondering if you're getting it right, click the link in the description below the video, book some time to talk to me. Happy to help if I can help. Glad to do it. Thank you for watching. As always, I appreciate it. See you in the next one.